and Namshar, so let's go right on into this. We've missed the first couple of minutes, but I've been keeping an eye to let you know what's happened, and really, you've missed nothing at all. To the top left-hand side, Cascade's DnS is opening with a Stargate here on Acid Plant in game number 1 of this PvT. As to the bottom right-hand side, the blue Terran player from XCD Sports is Clem. So, a PvT best of 3 in the quarterfinals for us here today. This Adept just getting caught by this Reaper and couple of Marines, but will potentially just shade away. Yeah, it's actually shading towards the natural, so actually we'll just be able to run away here in the end, and we'll get out alive as we do see the first Oracle starting up. Cyclone and a couple of Marines on the way out as well. Again, we just wanted to kind of throw the break on super fast and get to this game because I really thought this was going to be a really cool round of 8 matchup to watch. And this way we kind of maybe missed the first couple minutes, but we do get into it right from the get-go. So yeah, excited to see what happens here in the quarterfinals now as we move our way through the Go4SC2 monthly finals. We're going to be seeing a Phoenix on the way out from DnS and Nexus on the way up on the third base as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Stalker coming back through the top side. Oracle is coming down towards the lower right. We do see a Widowmine and a few Marines coming up towards the upper left, so Clem getting a little bit aggressive here with his opener. Cyclone and a Liberator follow this up as the first Oracle arrives, doesn't see anything in the main, and because of that might come back home to defend. It's a little bit interesting, a scenario. Do you really need the Oracle back to defend? Is he just afraid of the Widowmine that's no longer here? Comes in, gets one SCV, but that'll be it for now, as this Oracle is pushed away by a couple of Marines that are starting to pop on out here. Widowmine and a few Marines do begin to drop on down, and the Phoenix have to pull away. And we have a couple of pros maybe in some trouble. He's actually going to go for the pylon, which is powering the Stargate and a couple of gateways, but DnS is able to push him away for the moment. It's just the Widowmine that's really causing issues. And he is going to be forcing Clem to lift up. This Reaper still just working its way through the third Nexus. DnS is just a little bit all over the place at the moment, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out how to deal with this all right now. But as he gets a couple of extra gates up, he'll have a couple more warpins, and that will go a long way. And boy, is he going to need it, because as 2 Cyclones show up as well, this is going to be a very powerful push. Losing the Widowmine's a bit of a shame, because the Widowmine added in here can really zone out a lot of these Protoss units and really make this an even more difficult defense. As we do see this Adept warping in, gets caught, goes down instantly more or less. No shield battery over on this side, but the Phoenix here are going to be able to lift up the Cyclones, takes away a lot of DPS from the army. Marines try to target down whatever they can. A few Marines late to the party on the south side. The Cyclones drop back down. Now it's just the Phoenix that really kind of have something to do here. One Phoenix goes down. Another Phoenix lifts again. One of the Cyclones is still on the ground, though, meaning they can still push out damage. 8 workers killed throughout this as a Liberator in the main is being dealt with by the new Phoenix showing up. That Liberator very successful in terms of damage dealt. As we see the final Marines will get a few more probes. Clem has found some absolutely amazing damage in these early stages. Some really fantastic damage here to start things out. So that's very nicely done, as we are going to be seeing these Phoenix continue to gather together, and they're going to go down to the bottom right-hand side. So charge coming up, +1 armor as well, and this Phoenix production is continuing. As we are going to be seeing stim, combat shields, and +1 attack on the way through. A couple of Widowmines just burrowing behind this factory. So just going to be trying to catch these Phoenix off as they maybe come on in. And we are going to be seeing the Phoenix just continue to move around here. So trying to see what else is going on. A couple more medevacs on the way out, a couple more Widowmines coming on through, and you're still seeing well the next stage of this might be for both of these players. So we're going to see what might be happening here shortly as we see charge starting to come on up. So charge coming up, +1 armor coming through. We're going to be seeing that robotics facility is dropping down next to this pylon as well. So we're really just getting all of the tech at the front here. I mean, this is such a... You imagine Clem just comes with an army, stims the front, he just goes the Robo, Forge, and Twilight. Cybercore as well. Like, could you lose more tech in like 10 seconds against a bio army? Probably not. Like, I wonder if that's even worse than just putting it all on the edge of the base, which is very likely to be dropped, you know? That's, well, that's kind of funny. Anyways, we are going to be seeing The Bio here just having a little bit of a skirmish with these Phoenix. They are trying to pick up some units wherever possible, trying to find an opportunity to get some damage done, but not quite finding anything just yet, as we'll have Widow Mines. And again, the Marines going to be a big part of this. The Widow Mines a little bit later, Burrow Zealot's already charging in. The Bio doesn't even have Stim yet, though, so he didn't even really want to fight just yet. Somehow he still makes this turn out okay. The Widow Mine shots were pretty good onto the Phoenix. And throughout this game, he's actually killed 3 Phoenix, which is quite substantial. It's about half the Phoenix count that's on the map, so it really is a good way of just slowing down that Phoenix force and stopping it from finding complete value throughout the course of the game, which is really what Phoenix try to get done. Now Stim is here, so he can kite a bit more effectively. He's still got 1 Widow Mine low on health, but burrowed. Without detection in this army, there's no way that the Protoss can really attack in without taking that Widow Mine shot on at least 1 Zealot. A few more Zealots off to the side. We see the Liberator's production is starting up as well. Some of these medevacs have to be careful, of course, of the potential Phoenix attacks, as we are going to see these Phoenix starting to lift up some Widow Mines now. Going to be seeing these kiting backwards of the Bio Force. We're going to be seeing the Zealots. They took a bit of a beating here from the Widow Mines, but they're healthy enough. And again, DnS just playing it carefully, just pulling back, not overextending into potential kind of reinforcing Widow Mines, which are burrowed mid-map or so. Just waiting for extra warpins. Now he's going to fight once again. He lifts up 1 of the 2 Widow Mines that just arrived, and that's a great shutdown. Now the Phoenix is able to shut down the medevacs because there isn't enough Marines to target them down, and so Clem is going to start losing everything. Another Liberator in the main base as this army gets cleaned up, finds 5 kills, forces a Stalker warp in, as we are going to see the Liberator will reposition around this top side and will start to siege up onto this natural mineral line. This entire army just going to be setting up to see what comes next. Oh man, 8 more probes going down. This Liberator actually finds some insane damage. I have to say, DnS definitely seems to be winning the fights, but Clem seems to be winning the harassment wars. I mean, 24 workers killed. But I guess in terms of resources lost, yeah, you can see that while 24 workers were lost, DnS has been able to keep up in resources lost by killing more army units. In terms of income advantage, you can see as well where DnS has held leads himself, but Clem definitely takes it back when those Liberators come through and they start kind of, stopping the workers from mining comfortably on their mineral lines. Another armory on the way up as a couple Colossus are on the way out as well, so DnS is getting his transition in this game now fully underway. He's fully in this, in control of what he wants to get done. He knows what's going on, he knows what's happening, he knows what he's doing. Everything's looking good for DnS at the moment, as we see Widow Mines, Marines, and Marauders and Medevacs are starting to push out into the center of the map. They actually catch that Observer out in the center here as well. And turning around, we are going to see a Phoenix or 2 in some trouble. And it's again, more probes going down. Those Liberators, they're just dealing so much damage. A few workers here and there, and they lost mining time yet again. Look at all these probes just doing absolutely nothing for a moment. And DnS having to respond, react, put them back on minerals. It's just all taking up APM time. Obviously, it costs them an entire Liberator, but God, are they paying for themselves in terms of damage done and other things as well. Love this. The decision to drop the Widow Mine and go for the Ghost instead. A much more valuable target. Realizing they probably wouldn't be able to get both. Maybe even an EMP comes down and shut that down. Double Widow Mine kills 2 of the 4 remaining Phoenix, though. And now the Phoenix are somewhat dead weight in this game. Maybe they can lift up a couple of Widow Mines in a fight or something along those lines, but that's pretty much all they're going to be able to get done. As we are going to be seeing this army of DnS sets up towards the upper side. Rocks go down. And we do see Clem with the potential to push on through in towards this position, which can maybe actually bring him in towards that Protoss army a little bit further. Widow Mine's burrowing right now, and as they burrow up, we are going to be seeing they actually don't go off just yet. Big EMP into the center of the army, and Widow Mine connects. If Widow Mines connect post-EMP, that's going to leave a lot of those units dead, whereas usually they might have just survived the splash damage. So you have to kind of be very careful about it, as you see. Another of those Widow Mines south. I'm not actually sure what that was that ran into it. I love DnS's transition here. Rather than trying to get the Templar Archives and storm up and leaving himself vulnerable for that minute and a half, which it takes to build up the, the building and the upgrade, he instead goes in towards Disruptors. It's a nice way of adding a secondary wave of splash damage, just as a backup in case the Colossus go down, without having to change your tech. This Colossi are so crazy powerful, by the way. Triple Widow Mine just immediately killed off here, as you're going to see the Bio continue to sim forwards. I mean, obviously Ghosts are good as well against against just general Protoss armies, but they're also even better against, TIE Templar and Archons. So to be able to kind of, decide to go Disruptors too is also a big plus there, because they're probably going to work out better than Templar would in this current situation. Then we're seeing these Stalkers fighting their way through the Bioforce. You're going to see the couple of Medevacs going to get targeted down as well, so they're going to start falling. A big drop in the main base, but DnS is pretty on top of it. He saw this coming in. He's going to get all the Medevacs. One of them gets away with units inside, which is huge, of course. Clem saving what he can. but the rest of Clem's army just doesn't look as though it's got much of a fighting chance, and again, he just doesn't seem to have an answer to the Colossi. You know, there's been 4 Colossus up for so long, but where's his anti-air? No Vikings, instead he chose to make Liberators. Okay, I can get behind that, but then he used the Liberators to harass, and yes, they did great damage, let's not lie. But God, it's really quite something. It's really quite something as we see this Bioforce gathering together. Just the fact that he doesn't have a way to fight the Colossus, I think, is the biggest issue. And a few Vikings are coming up now, but I think it's just way too few, way too late, as we do see this Bioforce of Clem just backing away to the side just slightly. We're going to be seeing DnS is going to continue down to the south side. We're going to get ready to fight against this. Stalkers trying to see what they can do. One Stalker blinks ahead, hits a shot off onto a Viking. We are going to be seeing these few medevacs of Clem going to be coming up and heading towards the top side. So I like this big counter drop. Obviously, there should be a recall ready for DnS because he hasn't had to use one so far this game. Oh my god, the Disruptor hunting SCVs. I mean, this should just be a planetary kill and then a recall home for DnS to shut down this counter drop. I don't see any reason why you would do this any other way. The Nexus will not go down in time to cancel the recall, so the units show up, and now Disruptors immediately start chasing down bio units. Ghosts get caught in the explosions. Stalkers blink on ahead of time, and they will actually find another Ghost, which was left behind by the medevacs here. And this is just DnS cleaning up Clem left, right, center. You don't have a chance right now, Clem. According to DnS, the way he's playing, I'm surprised Clem has kept up in terms of, like, supply. I guess overall he's not been trading badly, and he has slowed down DNS's economy multiple times over. I think those Liberators are one of the big things which is stopping DnS from having all of the economy to just have an overwhelmingly massive bank already, and to kind of stop him having been maxed out against maybe like a 150 supply Clem. Disruptor shot will leave the charge forwards. We can see those Liberators are kind of left on their own because the Disruptor's cleaning the way for them to just push on in. The Colossus here, well, I mean, the Vikings are trying to get rid of them. They'll get rid of one. Maybe they get rid of 2. There's a little bit of a flank here, actually, from Clem. Starts to do some work, but the Stalker count is just absolutely now the Vikings are kind of just dead airweight. I mean, they can drop down, but it's not going to do enough. That's GG and well played. And that is DnS taking game number 1 of this best of 3 PvT. Woof! That last game. Welcome back to the series. Thank you for staying tuned, and we are right back in a game number 2. Just had to run that ad break to keep up to date with our ads per hour quota. Hopefully you guys understand that we generally try to hit a certain number of ads per hour so that we can keep the stream funded and keep on bringing you guys StarCraft 2 content on a nice regular basis. So, as we set it up and we get ready to go, in the bottom left-hand side of Blackpink for game number 2, leading this series from Cascade, this is DnS. And he's going to be going up against the blue Terran player at the top right-hand side from XCD Sports. It's Clem. Now guys, just going to sell out a little bit here quickly while we get this game underway. I'd like to remind you all that if you're a Twitch Prime Nut user, not only can you subscribe to the channel for free if you haven't used your sub elsewhere already this month, but you can also currently purchase 500 bits for just 99 cents, $1, or maybe €1.50. It depends on where you are, but basically there's an 85% discount on bits for the first for 500 bits, basically. So if you're a Twitch Prime user, you can get yourself that deal. And whether you use the bits here or on another channel, I highly recommend you do, because it's a fantastic way, a fantastically cheap way to support your content creators that you do like to support. So do check that out if you're a Twitch Prime user. Otherwise, if you're a Twitch Prime user and you do have your sub available, you're very welcome to use it on the channel. You get yourself access to replay packs and more, as do all subscribers. And all of it helps us to continue producing StarCraft 2 content as we push on into the future and into this week where we're going to be casting pretty much every day. We've got the WardiTV weekly Season 4 finals coming up this week as well. The qualifiers at least on Thursday and Friday. Yeah, we just have stuff planned most days this week. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to just cast, and cast some more as the week goes by. So, really looking forward to all of that. And hopefully you guys out in the chat, you're looking forward to it as well. Fingers crossed. As we do set up, we're going to be seeing Clem and DnS here. Game number 2 of the best of 3. And obviously we've just been seeing this probe hiding away to the south side. The Reaper comes on in, and we do see a Twilight Council. Now I wonder if this probe is just going to try and re-scout at a later point, but it seems very far away to do that. So I think maybe a pylon and a hidden dark shrine in the bottom right corner of the map may be the way we're kind of looking at this turning out here in the near future. And as we're going to be seeing the command center about to finish up with the natural, another Widow Mine coming through, and a starport dropping down in the main base. A couple more Marines about to pop out, and we are going to have the starport just about halfway done. Twilight Council finishes up. Oh, he actually doesn't build anything with this probe. I really thought he was going to build a pylon. He was rallied to kind of mine and then build something, I think. Or maybe he didn't actually rally to build, he just rallied to mine and then come over here. Interesting. I mean, obviously, the idea of this then is that he doesn't necessarily want to hide the Dark Shrine, but what he will hide is the concept of, you know, the proxy pylon. He wants to make sure he can get a pylon up close towards the Terran's base, so the DT warping can come in as soon as possible. And that should be this probe's job in the next couple of moments. Denying the Reaper Scout as well, obviously very important, but very plausible here. I mean, there's no way Reaper can jump up here if there's pylon in this location. So the Reaper not getting in here, doesn't see the Dark Shrine, so far unscouted. It's looking good for DNS in terms of maybe getting some real damage done with these initial Dark Templar. Depends if Clem starts to save up scans or not, of course, and depends how much the DTs can start to get done if Clem starts to, you know, allow things to get a little bit out of control. You see a few Adepts coming up the ramp. They're just going to cancel their shade, and we are going to be seeing these Adepts moving forwards. Going to look to try and get some damage dealt, but Marines have unloaded, and they are going to just fight back against that Adept. And unfortunately, the Adepts are not really going to be able to get much done, as they've got a long away. Ooh, the biggest issue would be if Clem came down for the medevac and saw this pylon. That could really hurt him here and stop the DTs from maybe being as effective as he'd like them to be. How far away are we from a scan? Well, he's actually saved energy for the first scan. I like this, though, by the way. The Adepts are kind of like drawing the Marines out. The rest of the army is coming along as well. And so Clem really doesn't have anything in position, even though he has scans. And look at the way he sets this up. He sends one DT into the main. Now the second DT goes to the natural. So they start to swipe at the same time. So Clem has as little time as possible to prepare, wall off, or whatever else. And Clem's just going to instantly GG. He doesn't even try to defend this here. He just taps right out of that. Just has no interest in continuing this. Just